hardly touched the technology aspects which are, as of recent past, we have been able to come across. The multinationals having technologies which have not yet implemented, have now started getting implemented in India, but as small as single-digit number and not even two-digit number so far. And that's the place where we thought that we, instrumentation automation people, can take some sort of lead in getting these technologies faster to the actual users. Just to give an overview of what all things have gone through in, say, last 1 decade or so on instrumentation controls as in integrated plants and ministry plants here. I think blast furnace as iron making route still continues to be one of the prominent or predominant route. The 4X, 5X has come in and yet to come in, and the third generation of iron making towards what we call as ITMK3, for which trials are right now going on in the US, is yet to really be seen on the horizon. So out of 3 iron making technologies, the blast furnace technology is still very much on. I'm talking about something which is apart from the RIP of 3 things. So in iron making in the blast furnace, which is still about 70-80% of iron making goes through that, the benefits which customers achieve is through things like RAF control. And RAF control is like place-way adiabatic flame temperature controls and things like that, for which the oxygen enrichment is one, the humidification is the second, and that takes care of those things like RAF control. Oxygen enrichment increases the temperatures towards the RAF up, and the things like cold blast humidification brings it down, and therefore the RAF can be kept under control. We have been able to do this kind of jobs for several blast furnaces. Oil injection was the route which was followed by some customers when the coke was costly, and coke keeps going costly once in a way, and coal injection has been rather expensive, and that's something which is not really getting on to several plant people. So simpler stuff like oil injection available and going through that. We did a job for Export Dolby, as much as 30 tubers, 5,500 tons per day, and a job was done in flat 90 days for the oil injection, successful. We used it for about 6 months, after which the coal injection began. Next came coal tar injection. This is a technology which is created or sort of evolved through people like Tata Steel, first time in Asia, India country and things like that. We were the people to get onto the instrumentation controls for coal tar injection. Now, tar is something which is created in most of the integration plants through coke oven, as most of you know, and this tar has a good calorific value to add and has a good payback period for sort of substituting partly the coke. And the coke being costly, even 100 kg per ton of something like tar makes a lot of sense, and having such systems installed is about 2 crores or 3 crores. Fuel leakage for most of the blast furnaces, this has been one of the haunting problems, that the fuels have water in, water out, water flows are being measured, temperatures are being measured, but when the fuel leaks, it could be, well, a good Sunday evening, 9 o'clock in the night, and hardly anybody in the plant except operating people, and not detected what has happened to the fuel. And then people never got into an average of 20 to 24 heats per day. And these kind of technologies which we have sort of got in through people like multinationals like Traxxas and all, have been applied, implemented, and people have gone to something like average 32, peak 36, even 40 heats per day from more injected oxygen in the variety of forms in the technology related matter. I'm not going to further like land furnace, which is one of the common things which we hear, the nitrogen converging. The energy optimizing furnace, hardly 3 installations in the country, while this EOF concept came from Brazil with a pure idea of nothing but get onto the place where the power is short, and apart from high oxygen, oil, nitrogen, usage of water in process, it was never thought of feasible in any of the other steel making processes thought through. But hardly 2 or 3 installations of the order of 40 tons, 60 tons, and nothing more. And this is something which people may not necessarily know, so I thought I mentioned that. Similarly, Tempo, yes, those are the installations for TMT steel. TMT steel has gone into a variety of forms. The one job which we did was more of the one through CRM Belgium, and a technology which is meant for sort of higher grades of steel. Most of the iron making, steel making goes through continuous casting, and continuous casting also needs quite some controls. Again, not going into much of detail because those things are very well established by now. Whether it is a small caster or a bigger caster, instrumentation controls have gone in and have done a good role on that. The important part is the online algorithm is being solved with iterations like how much of liter per minute of water to go in for cooling on a controlled cooling basis, which goes through liter per kg, kg per meter, and meter per minute. Meter per minute is more of the speed at which the caster is running. Kg per meter, as you know, is how much of steel is going per meter, and liters per kg is the intensity of cooling. This kind of algorithm being solved during simulation helps a lot of the people to have sort of dynamic control on the process. Now comes the ideas relating to rolling mill, first starting with hot rolling mill, later cold rolling mill. On the hot rolling mill front, I just want to say something about only the reheating furnaces where a lot of oil or gas or air is being spent, and this is one more avenue for energy efficiency improvements and things like that. I have literature about close to 20 slides which are meant for regenerative burners which has not gone much in our country as yet, and those technologies are well established abroad and we yet to find a feat in our country. The salient points of regenerative burners are, all of us know generally the reheating furnaces. Here is fuel, here is air, here are number of burners through which it goes, and the combustion air is generally sort of preheated through the stack and things of that kind to a degree like 300 degree, 400 degree, up to about 500, 600, nothing more than that. That's the kind of temperature which you generally get as the combustion air. Now, here is one technology, regenerative burners, with which the combustion air temperature not only touches but exceeds 1000 degrees centigrade. So you can imagine the thermal gain and thereby the gain which is there on the fuel and fuel selling and things like that. We'll go into that a little later when you have several slides from what you call it as APP, Asia Pacific Participation. We started in 2006 with Japan as the chair and India as the co-chair. And the handbook published by them has got quite a few things of that. I've taken the access of that to sort of show what it is. Many people can take it as an information available resource. That's towards cold rolling mill.